I haven't played League of Legends in a long time since I played with iScripts. I don't think I've played on my new PC. At least I don't remember. It's only 9 gigabytes to download it. You only need to have 9 gigabytes free. I already have a password and everything. I guess I gotta make a whole new account. Download for Windows. Yeah, I haven't played in a while now that I remember. I guess it's been a while since I played. Pre-Phil Thompson, pre-Cheesewater, before I ever got hurt in Cheesewater. I used to play League of Legends. Me and my buddy from Ohio, actually Indiana, Scripps. He was the first one. My friend Lucas Sizemore was the first one to ever get me to play League, and I have loved it ever since. I wouldn't trade it for any other game. My friend Russell used to play Dota, which is very similar, but I just never fell into Dota. It was more the LOL. You can be all different champions. Every single different champion has sort of all different abilities and whatnot. With more than 140 champions, you'll find the perfect match for your playstyle. Master one or master them all. So you can play as one of these champions and you level them up and gain abilities, as you level them up. Then your champion, your specific champion has yeah, that is unfortunate that happened in British Columbia, but that they've been like that. Like in Alberta, I remember back in 2010, uh yeah, they deal with those problems with those ones. But hey, it always happens. I'm working hard on certain things, trying to stay nimble, and then we see news like that, and it's very unfortunate. Yeah, but anyways, but there's all these different champions, and you choose one if it's not taken for that specific game, and usually you master a champion. You have your favorite champions that you're really good at that you it takes some time to level them up and whatnot and all that. Fiora, Fiddlesticks, Fizz, Galio, Gangplank, Graves, Gragas, Nar, Garen. I'm Erdinger. There's a lot of different champions, 140 different ones. Pantheon. Quinn, Kiana, Pike, Ramus. Yeah, there's different game modes. There's ranged ones, you have spells, and there's ones with arrows and bows and whatnot, swords, whatnot. You got close range and short range and what have you. You got the different game modes, like you got to defeat the certain towers and all that on either side. Whoever defeats either side's towers, and then their main. I can't remember what the main things you have to destroy are. The inhibitors and all that. You have to get past they're guards, and then once you kill these automatic guard systems while you're fighting the opposite team, it's a big battle, and then you have to defeat 3 separate of these ones or what have you on. But there's all different rows and whatnot, middle row, side rows, all that. And you go in between and fight players in between. But the main objective eventually is to get to the other player's other side and defeat their main inhibitor. Why? Because you can't steal my life from me. Just because I had to defend myself, just because I rented an apartment from you, doesn't mean you can choke me to death or send me to jail for life because I choose to go to a different apartment. Move on, please, because then you're in violation of real life law. I mean, yeah, it took years or what have you. You know, I moved and whatever. I did a lot of different things. I didn't want to move, actually. I didn't want to get back on the computer. I want to enjoy my life. Finally, I'm back to play League of Legends. But I haven't even played yet. I wanted to do some traveling and enjoy and get to know the cities outside the computer. I'd always been on the computer, so I got to do that instead of being on the computer all the time. I mean, anybody can just download and play League of Legends at any time you want. But it's there anytime you want to come back to it, and it's been years, and I want to come back to it. Destroy the base. The Nexus is the heart of both teams' base. Destroy the enemy Nexus first to win the game. So you start on either side, whichever team you are, and you have your main. I think of it as, sort of, I guess they call it the Nexus. Located in the enemy team's base, the enemy Nexus is just like yours. Destroying the enemy Nexus wins your team game. Or wins your team the game. Your Nexus is where minions spawn. Oh yeah, and then you have these helper players, but they're not real people. They're computer generated players that fight on your team, and they call them minions, and they spawn, and enemies will try to kill them and whatnot. And they have a purpose. They advance forward and whatnot, so you can stay behind them while they advance and all that. Behind your Nexus is the fountain, where you can quickly replenish health and mana and access to the shop. So actually, you spawn over by the fountain. Your player spawns over by the fountain, where you can access the shop. You can replenish your health and your mana and whatnot. Located in the enemy team's base. Everybody knows I'm on disability. I will be for the rest of my life. I have cancer. I have diabetes. I'm morbidly obese. I have a lot of physical disabilities, Crohn's disease. I have just a lot of physical impairment. I'm legally blind. And yeah, I am on disability, and I collect that, and I will collect that for the remainder of my life. Unless I make millions and millions of dollars or something, I will. Yeah, I'm on disability. I'm a disabled man, permanently disabled man. I'm not a temporarily disabled man. A temporarily disabled man is a man that, say, fell off his ladder or something, and he usually works a job. Thomas is a fully handicapped man that receives disability permanently. I'm a permanently handicapped man. I was born handicapped. I lived handicapped as a child. I was handicapped as a young adult, and I'll be handicapped as a full-grown adult as well. Clear the path. Your team needs to clear at least one lane to get to the enemy Nexus. Blocking your paths are defense structures called turrets and inhibitors. What would it be that man's purpose to argue against my disability? Would his purpose just to be that it would knock me off my feet into where I didn't have money and things? Then that's illegal. His case is dismissed. Goodbye. Any further would be extreme criminal harassment. Each lane has 3 turrets and 1 inhibitor, and each nexus is guarded by 2 turrets. Turrets deal damage to enemy minions and champions and provide limited vision from the fog of war. For their team, attack these structures with minions ahead of you to avoid damage and charge ahead. Each inhibitor is protected by a turret. When destroyed, super minions will spawn in that lane for several minutes. Afterward, the inhibitor will respawn and super minions will stop spawning. So when you get to your enemy base or what have you, before you get to their main thing that you have to win the game, there's these other ones. But once you destroy these smaller ones, you get the super minions will spawn. So your minions become more powerful, and then you're able to start attacking the main inhibitor. But if the enemy team fights you off to where you don't beat the small ones in front, then your super minions will no longer spawn. They'll go back to normal minions, and your enemies will be able to fight back even harder. Because the super minions give you a good advantage, but they're not unbeatable. There is people that can stop your super minions and reverse the track. Take on the jungle. In between the lanes is the jungle. So it's pretty good that I'm learning the terminology again, because I forgot all the terminology. So inside the jungle, you have all these different kinds of monsters. A lot of people are stealth, hidden in the bushes and whatnot. The two most important monsters are Baron, Nashor, and the Drakes. Killing these units grants unique buffs for your team and can also turn the tide of the game. So those are pretty hard. You need like 1 or 2 players or more to kill them, I think, easily. Where neutral monsters and jungle plants reside. So there's all different stuff in there. Plants to hide in and whatnot. You can chill out in there. But not, I don't know. Anyways, what's this? Yeah, all different lanes, support champions. I don't know. There's a lot of stuff to learn. But there isn't. Power up your champ. Champions get stronger by earning experience to level up and gold to buy more powerful items. As you kill minions and players and whatnot, you get experience, you level up your champion, but then you get gold to buy stuff at that water fountain, like gear and stuff for your specific game. So your gear will disappear after the game. Your level won't. No. Actually, no, you level up. Everything is unique to the game. So you reach a certain level in every game and you reach a certain amount of money and gear and all that. But once the game is finished, everyone resets to the base character. And then it's during the actual gameplay in which to where you're leveling up. But then once you leave the game, unlike other games, and you go back to your normal menu, character screens, and whatnot, you're just back to each base character, and then you go into the League of Legends game, and you got to level it up in the specific game again. So everybody has sort of a fair chance at the beginning to go at each other and win, because when everybody is in the game, they're not all leveled all the way up with all the abilities right away. Everybody has the same amount of time to level up their abilities. So whoever is the most dominant player is the one that ends up with the highest level and the most abilities at the end of the game. Start playing, earn rewards, all types of rewards. I don't really get into that, but I guess 3-day XP boosts if you're into that. Actually, I think there is a level that does remain even after the game. I think it's your sort of like your rank thing for when you're matchmaking and all that. You'll be able to level up and then join, say, more ranked games and stuff like that matter more for your status or whatever. I played as this guy, Master Yi, a few times, and Garen. Echo. One of my fans on my YouTube is named Timo, and I know that's from here. So there's a lot of Timo fans. They have those Timo. What is it? It's a hat and glasses, but that was big years ago. That was so big years ago, but it is still big. There's a lot of people that do still love Timo, but there's so many other characters. Brand. But yeah, Timo was their most famous one. Twitter. Anyways, I was downloading. Where is it? Oh, here it is. 11.7 gigabytes. I was like, where is League of Legends? And then it's on my, because I use a laptop, gaming laptop with a monitor. It was on my laptop screen, not the screen that I'm looking at here. So it looks like it installs very fast. 29 seconds. Empress of the Elements. Anime Expo. I remember when I first moved to the United States and got to experience anime. Down in Florida, they had a pretty big anime scene. I was more into card games at the time, playing Street Fighter card game and Final Fantasy maybe and stuff like that. Final Fantasy was huge when I was in Florida. Same with Naruto. Naruto had started to get really big. There's a lot of people you meet a lot of people or you see a lot of Naruto stuff. But anyways, what's this? The launcher. I gotta sign up. Looks like you can sign in with your Facebook, Google, or your Apple ID. Unfortunately, there's not enough disk space to complete this action, so I can't download it right now. I don't have the disk space. But that is downloading League of Legends Launcher. If I had 11 gigs of space, I have to get a new hard drive. I'm full up. I do a lot of videos. Anyways, yeah, you can sign in with Facebook. That's pretty cool.